And welcome back. I'm the Doc Bob Lee, and the beat goes on and on and on until the break of dawn. Our next guest is a former high school all-state athlete, a California resident, music rap artist, and entrepreneur and CEO of McClendon Global. Yeah, the enterprise. He started the enterprises. He joins us to speak about his passion for music and to share his latest singles. Please welcome to the show, Mich. Mike, welcome.
Thank you, Reverend Dr. Bob. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, pleasure to have you. How have you been, man?
Man, I've been terrific. I'm just so excited to be here. First of all, I want to say I'm a true fan of you, of what you do in the community. And I do my research on the history, with the juice crew and the vans, and you put the promotional vans together and rocking with Marley Marl and the Juice Crew and Curtis Blow. It's a pleasure to be here, Doctor.
Oh man, what you know about the Juice Crew? Mr. Magic is the one who came up with the name of Juice Crew, and it was a Juice Crew before the original Juice Crew.
Right. Well, I kind of snuck into the old, like some of the archives of your early works, and because I'm an old school head and pioneer. I love music, and when I found that out, it was just what you were doing in the community for radio was unheard of. You were like the beginning of Instagram or Facebook, that type of thing, taking the risks and going out there. And believe it or not, in '94, I moved to New York on an internship to Island Records, and it eventually spun into radio syndication for many years. So I'm really deep into it, Ms. Dr.
Wow.
Bob.
Well, we both have come through a couple of genres of music. So, out of soul music, out of disco, out of jazz, into the beginning days of cutting up the beats into hip hop, into whatever they have going on now, celebrating 50 years of hip hop. And you've been all through it. I mean, if you're living today, you are part of hip hop and a part of this 50-year celebration. Tell us more about what you do and how you got into it.
Well, it's very interesting. I believe I've been with hip hop my whole life. I remember in the first grade, my best friend Willie Smith came to school singing Rapper's Delight. And I had to go home and tell my mama, I need that record. And I had to go get it. And the next day, I had to learn the hip hop, the hip to the hip, the whole thing in the first grade, just so I could go to school and tell Willie Smith that I knew Rapper's Delight.
No, they also have those fashion shows in school. Did you try to jump in one of those?
Well,
not fashion shows, but like the music shows on stage.
The music shows, well, yes, actually, by the time I was when I was in second grade, I started playing the clarinet and instruments. Back when children had the opportunity to be in school and play instruments, and I had an instructor who realized that I had a skill, so I learned how to play the clarinet, the bass clarinet, eventually the drums, and everything. So by the second grade, I was performing. The first time I ever performed was in the second grade. And I did Heartbreak Hotel by Michael Jackson.
Wow.
And it was a kindergarten through 8th grade Catholic school, and I won the competition. And my mom told me, you better not get on stage today. And I was so nervous because I'd already did the audition and I had to go do it. I got on stage and my mom was there, but I went and performed and did my best and won anyway. So that was my first time of stage fright because my mama was there and told me not to perform. And I had to go ahead and do it anyway because she was there.
Everybody who's been on stage knows what the stage fright is all about.
Right. But wait, not the stage fright. You had your mama there, you can get a little bit extra if later, but it worked out. The teacher had called and said, he's performing today. And she didn't know it was that big deal of a school talent show. And I actually did Heartbreak Hotel and won it with the dancing and had a good time and stuff. People remember it to this day.
Hey, that stage fright is no joke. I mean, it can be people afraid of a microphone.
Yeah.
They put a microphone on somebody's face, they'll freeze like.
Well, you really don't realize how much people are afraid of public speaking.
Yeah.
Maybe, for us, it maybe comes natural or maybe by some work or just getting over the fear of it. But all in all, I would say the children in school need to have a public speaking class as early as first and second grade.
And it's the fear of what you think other people are thinking about you.
Right.
not being prepared. If you're not prepared, of course, the fear is going to be all over you. But if you're prepared and you're thinking about that on the way out, on the way out onto the stage to grab that mic, you already know. I mean, you're going to feel something, but first few words or the first few something of what you're going to do is going to, because you know where you're going. You have a blueprint. You know, Frankie Crocker always came up with the 3-function radio. You listening? All right, the beginning, middle, and end.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 3-function radio. What you're gonna do on the radio? Hey, you're gonna open it up. You know what station you came from. You know your name. I'm Dr. Bob Lee, 107.5 WBLS. That was Mariah Carey. By the way, Mariah Carey, or whatever you're gonna talk about in the middle. That's your middle, and then you got to come out of it. Yeah. Here's Stephanie Mills of 107.5 WBLS. So you got your 3 functions, and that's with everything that you want to do in life.
Yes.
Everything has that beginning, middle, and end. You wake up in the morning, you do your thing in the afternoon, you go to sleep at night, or whatever, 3-function radio.
That's absolutely. And you know what? That it takes great practice. And if you're a student of Dr. Bob Lee, then you should know exactly how to smooth it out.
But we ain't talking about you're talking about me like you interviewing me, but I want to know more about you.
Most respect. Well,
I love you and I appreciate you for that, because a lot of people don't know, because I don't talk about myself like that. But I try to give information on what we've learned from other people, like greats like Frankie Crocker. Now, who are some of the people that you've come up with and that who you looked up to while you were getting ready to do your thing? Well,
I've got like a lot of different genres. I'm really lucky, God has blessed me, and I just have to acknowledge that. For musically, well, my parents, I grew up in the church, so I grew up singing in the choir. Matter of fact, Sinbad, shouts out to Sinbad. His father, Reverend Atkins, baptized me. I'm from Benton Harbor, Michigan, so my family was really big in the church. My grandmother, my grandfather, my family. So we sang in the church, and then I also played the instruments. But around 15 is when I started to get deeper into hip hop with DJing and mixing and all that things. But I'd always been an athlete. I always played baseball, basketball, football. I grew up. Matter of fact, I'm from Kalamazoo, Michigan. So I grew up playing baseball with Derek Jeter in the playgrounds. DJ and I went to St. Augustine's together. And played baseball. We couldn't even be on the same team together. That's how that was. We had to be captains. And so his rookie year, when he came to the Yankees, I was actually working in New York at SJS Entertainment. Yeah. Shouts out to Eric Faison and everybody, Bentley and Doc Martin at BLS.
Yeah.
But I was working there, and that was Derek's rookie year. And I remember telling everybody, I said, look, I grew up with him. He's going to be rookie of the year. He's going to be MVP. He's going to bring many championships. And I remember people, I think June Brody was working. I was working for her, and she said, "Michael, you don't know Derek Jeter." And I said, "Yeah, I do too." So, so I wound up running out to Macy's, and it was a ridiculous line that went all the way across the street, 33rd Street, 34th Street, up and down, all the way up to Macy's. And I went up there just to get a glimpse of that. And I never forget, the security guard came over and says, "If you want the autograph, you got to go all the way to the end of the line." And I said, "I don't want the autograph, sir. I just want to watch my homeboy. This is beautiful. I grew up with him." And he turned around and he pointed at me with his little security guard. And Derek saw me over there, and he looked and he waved and he brought me on stage.
Yeah, that's how you do that.
I sat up there with DJ his first year, just signing autographs for like 3 hours straight, man. And just to see all of that joy in those people's face, and and Derek, he's a champion, and man, just those type of experiences,
But that's how people are supposed to treat you, because some people, you do a whole lot of things for them in the business, and then they're in a situation where they're doing their thing, and they look at you and act like they don't even see you.
Right. So and I gave him props on that, because he didn't have to do that, you know what I mean?
No,
but he definitely did, and it was an amazing thing. And I love my experiences when I lived in New York. When I first came to Island Records, my first, Biggie, rest in peace to Big. Big gave me my rap name, Mike Michigan.
Yeah. Wow.
And around that same time, I was working at G Street and Island Records. And a brother from Detroit was working at Foot Locker. And he said, well, you need to make some money. You're doing all these internships. You got to make some money, bro. Here,
Yeah.
And so he gave me a job at the Foot Locker over there on Broadway, I think.
Yeah.
And there was like a one-way. And so my first day, I never forget, Russell Simmons came inside and he had these beads and he just was walking and he was holding these beads. I think they were prayer beads, and he just came in and then he left. And then LL Cool J came in and he looked at a couple of shoes and then he just left. And it was a guy I was working with, Rashawn. He was like 6'9", and he was, yeah, man, I just got a basketball scholarship for the University of Connecticut, and I'm about to be up there this year balling, and he's blah, 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 blah. And the next person that walked in was Tupac Shakur.
Oh.
And Rashawn was talking, and he saw Tupac was like, ah! And ran out the door. And I looked up, so I went up and I ran up to Tupac and I said, hey, Tupac, how you doing, man? My name is McClendon, man. I'm from Michigan, man. I'm doing music. I'm from Island Records and G Street. How can I help you? And Pac just looked at me up and down like this, and he gave me some dappy on his bandana and his backpack and all kind of stuff, man. And he's like, you from Michigan? I was like, yeah. He's like, Kalamazoo? I was like, yeah. Pac knew about, and then all of a sudden, doctor, he just went off on me, right? He started going off but that stuff in Lansing, man, that wasn't my fault. And it took me like 20 years to figure out what he was talking about then, but he was talking about it. I had just caught up with him when he had just came from Lansing. Make us long story short, Pac wanted to buy some shoes that I had on my feet.
Yeah.
And then I didn't even know where the shoes were. I ran to the back, told Mike, hey, Mike, Tupac wants a size 10.5 in red and these Nike Cortez, and hurry. And without tripping, he just ran and got the shoes. Well, he didn't have his size. So I had to go. So as Tupac is up here signing, if you went in that Foot Locker, used to be a gigantic backboard, and everybody used to sign it and autograph it. And Tupac took his pen and he wrote it real big. Tupac, real like over everybody's everybody, just Tupac, his name over everybody. And then I had to go tell him, man, I didn't have your shoes. And he was cool. He was like, I was like, I don't have your size. He was like, that's okay. And then the funniest thing happened because there was credit card machines where you had to slide them back in the day. It wasn't like now you could just tap and do all that. So he pulled out his wallet. He pulled out this credit card, threw it on the table. It didn't even move. It just said, and it was a silver American Express card, Death Row Records with diamond studs on it. And the funniest thing happened. We had the Spanish girls from the Bronx was working for us, and she looked up. She said, Poppy, what I'm gonna do with this?
Beautiful.
We all laughed.
You met a whole lot of people, but you have a record release coming out, right? I want to play that record for you. I want to play it.
Okay.
You want to bring it and talk about it real quick, and then I'm gonna play it.
Okay. Well, the next step. Hey, this is I Can't Stress, the remix right here with Mich, Westcoastmich. I Can't Stress. You can't either. Enjoy.
Yeah. I can't stress, I can't stress, I can't stress, I can't stress right now. No. Remix. I can't stress, I can't stress, I can't stress, I can't stress right now. I can't stress, I can't stress, I can't stress, I can't stress right now. Can't stress right now. I can't stress, I can't stress, I can't stress, I can't stress. Every time I walk, I'm an algorithm. Move the cosmos with the street rhythm. Slide in the spaceship to the day. Everything we touch makes history. My vibe's so great with the energy. That's why you can't stress me. Now I'm a player with the highest degree. So let's connect and roll the family. You got the I can't stress, I can't stress, I can't stress, I can't stress right now. I can't stress, I can't stress, I can't stress, I can't stress right now. I can't stress, I can't stress, I can't stress, I can't stress.
That's what's up. All right. And when is that? You dropped it already, or you dropping it?
I dropped it. It just came up last week. It's doing fantastic right now. I'm excited about it. It's a good vibe. People like it. You know, people been calling me all over it. So I'm just excited.
Oh, shucks. We got to get a copy and see if we can send that to our program director.
Oh man, that'd be great.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah. Where can we go to find out more about you?
Well, I'm on social medias. Mike, Michigan. I'm on Facebook. The Pizza Delivery, the web series, is a web series film that I produced. I'm also working right now, Dr. Bob, on a podcast called I'm From the Zoo. And we were very fortunate for our first show to have Brother E. Love, a Hall of Famer from LL Cool J, and TJ Duckett, the Michigan State running back. And also we had Kier Worthy on our second show.
Oh, shucks. All right. Good.
Yes,
I'd like
sir.
to jump on there and say what's up. Just wait.
Oh, we would love to have you on the show. Absolutely.
Yeah. And then we can flip the script, right? You can ask me more about this Juice Mobile thing and all that followed.
Well, I'm certainly intrigued, Doc. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, well, first of all, I'm a hip hop fanatic fan. You know, all the way back from Soul Train and Don Cornelius. You had asked what my influences were. It would be James Brown, anything from the Soul Train, the Isley Brothers, Parliament. George Clinton is one of my favorites. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him, all the way up to the great hip hop producers now, and everyone in music and things like that. And I also wanted to say I enjoyed the last guest, Dr. Edmund. His book really looked really exciting.
Yeah. Hey man, thank you for joining us. All right, and we got to get you back there again because you've got a lot of great information that we need to share, and I want to come on your show too. Mike McClendon, music entrepreneur, CEO, Mike McClendon Global Enterprises. He's in business. Mich Mike.
Thank you, Dr.
Mich.
Appreciate you, Doctor. Thank you. I can't wait to have you, and thank you for having me.
Yes, and we'll see more of you. All right. Looking forward to listening to more of your music too.
Absolutely. Thank you, Doctor. Appreciate it.
All right, we'll take a break right here. I've got more with Mich Mike. He's going to chill and watch the rest of the show right here on Open. Sit back, kick off your shoes, and relax your feet. We're open.